Hey, it's Jsnow with a different kind of video for you guys, Duel Links, which is a game I forgot even existed because I thought it was only a mobile game, but you can actually also access it on Steam, and it does have data sharing, so you can play the same account on Steam and your phone, which is pretty awesome. So I'm going to explain a couple of things, and you can decide if it's worth playing. I think, in my opinion, it's pretty worth it. I mean, why not when you can have two Kaibas facing each other?
Whatever your reason for dueling me, you better not waste my time by holding back. I will destroy you until there's nothing left of you. Duel! My turn.
Also, you don't have to have the voices on. I'm pretty sure you can turn them off if you want to, but it does lead to some hilarious moments. But anyway, what do you call it? This game has different rules than regular Yu-Gi-Oh! So it's actually a lot more beginner-friendly because the field is reduced from 5 monsters and 5 spells and traps to 3. There's also no Link summons and there's no XYZ summons. XYZ summons might be coming soon because I think that's supposed to be the next update, but there are no links, so for anybody who really hated the Link monster summoning rules and stuff, this might actually be the Yu-Gi-Oh! For you. So this also closely follows Speed Duels. So Speed Duels is it's not really popular, but it's basically the same rules as Speed Duels in the paper format, where you only have 20 cards in the deck. You can go to 30, I think, and then you only have a 5-card extra deck. So, and then you play with also only 4,000 life points, and you draw 4 cards, as opposed to drawing 5 cards and 8,000 life points of a regular duel. And then there's also no second main phase, which kind of threw me off quite a bit because I'm used to attacking, and then at my second main phase, you know, doing some extra stuff. But once you go into the battle phase to attack, you don't get your second main phase, so you gotta do everything when your turn starts, which is a little bit annoying, but I got used to it pretty quickly. So, this game features a ton of cards, there's a lot of boxes to be opened and stuff, so we'll definitely go into that. As far as the regular rules of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's basically the same, you know, you gotta have 2 monsters to tribute summon a level 8 monster. If you want to synchro, you have to have the right stars, spell and trap. Timing is pretty much exactly the same, so it's really like playing regular Yu-Gi-Oh! For the most part, and it's completely free. So, of course, late in the video, we'll go into is it actually free-to-play friendly, which, of course, is another huge issue. So, let's go into the other features of this game. So, first things first, how do you unlock cards and gain experience? Well, you basically just duel random people on the screen, and pro tip, you only get to duel 5 people per around 2 hours and 30 minutes. But every time you upgrade to a new mission, which are little goals you can do to upgrade your stages, you get your duel counter gets reset. So if you run out of duelists, if you time it correctly, you can actually just keep playing as many duels almost as you want, because it will keep resetting the standard duelist ratio. There's also character duels, which don't take up a slot of the standard duelist ratio, and then you also have PvP duels where you can play for free as much as you want. Right here is also an awesome feature called Auto Duel. So Auto Duel is very great for farming kids. you just beat up so many kids in this game with with your decks, because most of the standard duels are kids and they play all their monsters in attack mode. It's like, you cringe at it. And basically, Auto Duel plays for you. I would not recommend it, of course, against Vagrants. Vagrants and Special Duelists, they're usually a lot tougher, and the AI sometimes makes really dumb mistakes. So I would not use Auto Duel unless you're just looking for quick wins to refresh your timer. Now, there's not only regular duels, you can also do duel quizzes, which are like the old GBA games where you try to solve the puzzles, which are pretty fun. I don't know why I said they're pretty fun. I personally don't like them, but I know a lot of people love doing the little duel challenges, so you can also do those. There's also loner decks where you can play a random deck and get some daily rewards, so that's also pretty cool. As far as other features, there are random in-game events that happen during the week, and they change up a lot. One was like a ton of extra rewards. Oh my god, a ton of extra XP from like a 5D's motorcycle thing. Every time you want to duel, you got like these extra bonus things. This week, what you're looking at right now is the Duel Carnival, where you pick a team, and depending on the type of team, your monsters will gain extra 300 attack during any duel. It's a PvP event, but you can also get a lot of extra rewards, so that's pretty cool. And then there's also even more events. There's a lot of events, just events everywhere. It seems like every 5 seconds there's some new event going on, so it's pretty awesome because you get a lot of extra freebies. Right here we have the PvP. PvP, I don't see any limit on it, so I think you can PvP as much as you want. Prepare to get slaughtered if you don't have a good deck, because a lot of people are just playing the meta, etc. And it's pretty bad if you think of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Power Creep, but we'll get to that in a little bit. You can also spend the keys you get, so certain color keys unlock certain duels. And some of these you have to do because otherwise you won't unlock the next mission or stage. So you definitely want to farm up your keys, and then you can do certain duels against those players. You can't use auto duels on that. Here we have the what do you call it? The disenchanting, I guess, in Hearthstone you want to call it, or conversion. So there's like, it's kind of weird. They put so many currencies in the game, which is a little bit of a downside. But basically, you can get certain orbs that are attributes, and gold, and you can spend those to convert into different cards, or you can spend blank keys and trade them in for colored keys. So right now you can also change your foiling, so if you want to foil your cards for some reason, you can pay to do that. You can also get skill points. And then the card trader, which you also have to unlock, I think it comes in at stage 5-ish, or 4, or 7. It was either 4, 5, or 7, the card trader comes in. And basically he'll have a grand selection of cards, which rotates during the day a couple times. And then for you to disenchant or dust, or whatever term you want to use, your cards, you just go to the filter, which is actually pretty good in this game. I thought I would have a lot of trouble trying to swipe through cards and stuff like that, but it's pretty detailed. You can just enter in the text name, which is what I usually do. So what do you call it? I'm going to click owned right here, go to text. So I want to disenchant a card, and I have like a million of. So it's this ruler guy. So we're going to click on the ruler guy, you click convert, and what you do is you click how many you want to convert. It seems like you can have 3, I think it's 3 maximum in a deck. Maybe you can have more in your sideboard, but for the most part I only keep 3 of every card. So I convert into some gold, some stones of earth, etc. Conversion rates are pretty bad, but the game does throw a lot of rewards at you, but some of the cost on the trying to make a card are pretty ridiculous, requiring quite a lot of orbs for even garbage cards. Now we're going to go to the deck editor, so of course you can customize your deck. You can buy additional deck slots, or you can unlock them by winning duels and leveling up your character. Each character has its own separate levels, so it's going to be quite a while for you to get to the highest level on each character, because there's a lot of characters. You could also buy card sleeves and change your mat. You do get a couple for free, so you don't have to purchase them. I actually got a pretty cool Red Eyes one. That one looks sick. Oh man, I need that in real life. So you can change your card sleeves, you can change your game mat if you want. So I'm going to make that Red Eyes right there. Oh man, that's beautiful. I love Red Eyes. And then as far as building your deck, you have the 20 to 30 card main deck. And you have the 5 card side deck. And you can unlock more deck slots and more extra slots by just playing the game, or of course spending that moolah. And then you also have skills, which are pretty important because they change the tide of the game. Each skill, you can have 1 skill per character. Certain characters can only get certain skills. Some characters can share skills. And they do special effects depending if you meet the requirements. I mean, you pretty much must have a skill if you want to play competitive in any way, shape, or form. But if you don't want a skill and just want to play regular Yu-Gi-Oh, you can also do that. Now, what's also important is, is the autocomplete thing. So if you don't want to spend time trying to build a deck, it could be overwhelming because there's a lot of cards and so many currencies. You can click autocomplete, which is pretty nice. And then the other cool feature is for each Yu-Gi-Oh world, even the movie Dark Side of Dimensions, you could switch characters to change to their regions. So while in PvP you can play as whatever character you want, in PvE you have to be in a certain region to use certain characters. And each character is leveled separately, so there's a lot of levels to gain. Oh man, you're gonna be here for quite a while. There's a lot of characters, but it's pretty cool to go through all different kinds of Yu-Gi-Oh eras, and it's pretty funny to see like 2 different versions of Kaiba. Now let's talk about PvP real quick. So the game technically is pay to win. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh's always been pay to win. It's a card game. I don't know if you can make a real complaint about that. I mean, it is annoying that the meta shifts so crazy and cards get banned, etc. But it isn't pay to enjoy. So I say that because you can play most of the game and enjoy it and not spend a cent. I haven't spent a cent yet, and I've been playing this I've been addicted to this game. But here's a replay. You can actually get some gems for watching a replay a day. And this is a replay of an actual PvP match, and this is a pretty tame one between Crystal Beast and I'm not sure what the other guy's deck, the Yami Marek deck is. It was really weird. It was like gaining life points. I don't know exactly what it's doing. But what you're going to see here is some crazy combos, and by the end of the duel, there's just going to be like 50 monsters on the field, and it can just get out of hand. So if you remember Yu-Gi-Oh! And if you played past the original Duel Monsters era, and probably GX, you know there's tons of summoning spam and crazy stuff like that. So in PvP, you got to be really prepared to bring your A game and have all your synergies correct, because you can also draw brick hands, which is the worst. I really hate that, but the same thing could happen in Magic too. I'm mostly a Magic player, but getting a brick hand in Yu-Gi-Oh! Just feels so horrible. So as you can see right here, he's just going to summon like 50 million Crystal Beast, and by the time the guy even realizes what's going on, it's just a total loss. So PvP is extremely competitive even at the low levels, so I mean, you're probably going to have to shell out some cards unless you know exactly what you're doing. I mean, shell out some money for some cards unless you know exactly what you're doing. So right here, the guy even summons a lava golem on him, and then he's like, oh, you gave me a lava golem? I'm just gonna, you know, use it to special summon 50 times, etc. and beat you down with it. So look, 2 dragons with 4,000 attack at the very end in one turn. Like, and you only have 4,000 life points, so there's really not much you can do about that. And then, yeah, so that's how PvP usually goes. You usually get your butt kicked. And lastly, the cash shop. So, of course, this is probably the main thing, because this is mostly considered a mobile game, even though it's on Steam. So, card sleeves can range from $2 plus, I mean, from $1 plus, depending on if there's a sale. Play mats, $5, which is kind of a bit steep for a play mat in a digital game. But, I mean, whatever floats your boat. You can also spend gems, which are free-to-play currency. And then, for booster boxes, it's a little bit weird. So, it will tell you how many packs are left in a booster box for you to get all the cards. And you can reset the box if you want to get those cards again. I do not recommend that unless you somehow messed up and like converted the card you need to get again. Because otherwise it resets the whole box and you got to spend 100. You got to buy 180 packs over again. So the prices are they're kind of okay. It's about $1 a pack. And then there's sales in between that you can get guaranteed super rares and ultra rares. So right there, I think it was 3 packs plus a guaranteed super rare for $1, which isn't too bad. Yeah, considering it's $1 pack, so that comes out to about like, what, 40 cents a piece? I'm not good at math. So the prices are pretty fair. The only thing is what's not really fair is the fact that you gotta open so many packs just to get the full set of cards. Like 130 packs is quite a lot. Considering it's $30 for 30 packs, you're gonna be paying like almost as much as a booster box and more than a booster box in real life to get most of the cards you need. And then because there's no specific, way to get a certain card to convert to that I know of, you gotta open so many packs. But what's also good and cheap is the structure decks. So the structure decks, you can buy most of them with just gems, or maybe all of them with just gems. And they only cost 1,000 gems, and you get a lot of really good cards. So it's pretty awesome. And it's only a one-time purchase, so right here I bought this deck already, so I used my gems to get it. I think it was 1,000. So for me to get another deck, you can keep buying as many as you want. There's no real reason to get more than 3, of course. And the structure decks are cheap. You can play them right away, so they're pretty awesome. And then also you can buy more duels and deck slots, as you can see there. I would not really recommend it, but if you want to farm XP, it's $2 basically to keep farming XP, so it's really up to you. So overall, I really enjoyed the game. I mean, I'm playing it. I'm auto-dueling on my phone whenever I get the chance when those players reset. So I'm having a lot of fun. Hope you guys also enjoyed this video too. Feel free to subscribe for more Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh videos. And I hope to see you guys next time.